Bonjour, je suis Cathy Cassidy. My new series, Lost and Found, it's about a group of teenagers, 12 teenagers, who get together and accidentally form a band. So they're all kind of characters who don't quite fit in at school, but when they come together, they become a really brilliant little team. Themes, I suppose, in the new series, The Lost and Found. One of the themes is that a lot of the kids involved in the band are kids who are on the edge of things, on the outside of things. They don't fit into the popular group at school, and they come together, and the band actually helps them to form lots of unexpected but very close friendships. I wanted to write about outsiders, misfits or whatever, because I think that when you are on the edge of things, it's quite an interesting place to be. It doesn't always feel that way when you're a teenager. It can feel a little bit scary or a little bit uncomfortable, but when you're on the edge of things, you see things a lot more clearly. You can see what is going on around you. You're not right in the middle. You can see everything for what it is. I also think that those people on the edge, those people who don't fit in, they actually have really, really interesting stories to tell. And the other theme that kind of will be running through the whole series, it's the theme of music. These kids come together, they form a band, they're writing their own songs, they're performing their own songs. The idea is that each of these kids on the edge, who are kind of overlooked a little bit at school, suddenly they have their own voice. Suddenly they have their story to tell, their song to sing or whatever. So I love the idea that music could be the way of bringing them together. And for me, the research for this theme in the story has been quite easy, because when my kids were teenagers and growing up, they were very musical. I've watched them form their first band, fall out with their first band, and go on to make other little groups and bands. I watched them play their first gigs, write their first songs, play first music festivals, all sorts of things like that. And although I was doing that as a mum and I didn't kind of realise it was research, it was fantastic to see my children and their friends learning what it was like to kind of take those first steps in the music business. So it was fantastic research, and it's an exciting thing to do and a lovely thing to write about. So I really, really hope my French readers are going to love it. I really wanted to write a second series where I could tell stories from different viewpoints, so have a different character telling each part of the series as it moves forward. So Lexie is the character telling the first story in the series, but different characters are going to take over as the series moves forward. I wanted a setup where, like with Vous, chocolat, different characters could tell their stories as well as the big story. And instead of using a family, as I did with the first series, I think with Lost and Found, I really wanted it to be a group of friends. A lot of the setting, it's either in secondary school or it's in kind of the area where the kids live. And it gave me the chance to have a whole lot of very different characters. They're different ages, they're different interests, different backgrounds, and hopefully that's going to make it really interesting and give lots of chance to tell a whole lot of different stories. There is actually a link between Les Filles au Chocolat and the new series Lost and Found, but the link is one character, the character Jake Cook, who appears in the last book of the Chocolate Box Girls series, which is Cœur Cookie in France, and Jake is, at the end of that book, he moves away from his home in London, goes to live and settle in a whole different place. Basically, the place that he moves to, that is going to be the setting for the new series. So Lost and Found is going to feature Jake Cook. He's probably going to stay more as a background character, but he's in the band, he's very important as part of the series.